My name's Kate Smith. I'm a service user within Shropshire with services provided by Shropshire Council, and I'm part of the Making It Real board. My assessment process started in 2011, just before I was discharged from hospital. When the social worker came out to do the assessment with me, I was asked a number of questions about what I could and couldn't do. It focused a lot more on what I couldn't do. At the time in hospital, I had acknowledged that there was a lot I couldn't do for the amount of support I needed through staff within the hospital, but being asked about it in an everyday situation, it really starts hitting you upon that you're going to be discharged into a new environment with a new disability, and actually this is now what I can't do, and acknowledging that. However, it did help me in seeing that there was care available to me that would suit my needs, but it was just how it got about. If they'd looked at the positive side instead of saying what can't you do, and if they just said how could we help you and how much can you do, that would have been a lot better and made me feel a lot more comfortable about the situation. When it comes to making changes to my care and support, originally I wasn't aware that I could make the changes or have a say in how I want my support plan to be working and the direct payments to be spent. Now being aware that there is those possibilities of me being able to change, it's enabled me to have a more personalised care plan. However, it was very difficult to find, and there is very poor signposting of where these options are. The support planning process is a positive experience in general because it will allow people to sit down and talk informally about what they do and don't like and what could be changed to allow them to have a better quality of life, as opposed to just existing and allowing them to interact and get kind of what they're involved in before back to themselves. During my experience for the last 3 years, I can look back now and see how the process could have been simplified and a lot more enabling to people like myself, as well as myself at the time. Things like just really the person coming into the room, and instead of getting the tick sheet out first, actually sitting down, wanting to know you, having a conversation with you. When you've been in hospital, you've been sitting there and there's been no one around, no interaction. Next thing that comes in, someone coming in with a tick sheet, what can't you do? Actually, all you want to do is sit there and tell them what you are, what you can do, and actually even get to know a bit about them, realise they're human, and let them see that even though you're in bed with an injury or whatever, that you're also human, and that should be the priority in the process. I think secondly, the most important point would be about telling me what to expect. You know, you've sat there, we're going through the process of what's happening now, but actually what's going to happen tomorrow? What am I to expect? Am I going to expect someone that will instantly take on every responsibility and someone else take over my life? Or actually they can take part of it and I can take part of it, and then upon review again it can get looked at again. The other thing that I found was the amount of jargon gets thrown at you, and it's just very overloading at times. Just tell people the main points, what they need to know there and now. I think then the next point would be telling me my options. You know, there's a care company put in by yourself straight off, but actually then I can look at employing a PA to come in and do an element of care. I can then get someone else in to do something else, and just get put in touch with different schemes going on locally and different community services that will allow me to integrate back into society to become a person again instead of a patient. My fourth point would be, after telling me what I can do and the choices I've got, is actually telling me where I can go to access them. Instead of just saying you can do, you know, this is the services you can choose to go here, there or everywhere, going out the door, slamming the door, and then leaving me thinking, oh, I could do that, and then not knowing where to go, how to go about doing it, how to organise it, isn't much help. You'd have wasted the first point of coming in and telling someone. Finally, the most important point for me throughout the whole process from day one is to keep touching base. I am still existing in the background. When you're sitting in the office, I'm still living my life, but you have an element of control in my life, and therefore you need to be interested and you need to be knowing what's going on. And at the same time, that's down to me as well to communicating to yourselves what I would like changed and how I'm going to go about it. So you as a social worker or a professional in a professional role knows what's going on, so it doesn't come as a surprise to you when something goes wrong, or when something positive gets fed back to you, that you do know where that's coming from. I chose to join the Making It Real board in Shropshire because I don't want people to have to go through the up and down journey I did, and for things just to run a lot more smoothly for them, and to also help influence the system of how it works, which will also help the person, the service user, as well as the professionals involved, and allow them to actually see the person as a person.